In the medical field, the Army has skilled medical and dental jobs that set you up for future success. Come visit us at 2109 West Davis Street, directly behind the Whataburger on Highway 105, or give us a call at 936-756-7002.
Good morning, everybody. Oops. Okay. The fault does not lie with your radio, your phone, your Yahoo. No, it is, it's just there was a blip in there. But I'm here. Yes, I am. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. Oh, yeah. And it is my favorite day of the 8 years. It's election day. And I know that you want to get out there and you're getting ready to go out to go vote. But like so many of us that early voted, it was great because you got to feel like, I don't have to get in that mess. But I think I probably was in the most populated area. And I got the feeling of what it'd be like to be there. I would rather vote today. I would like to get out there, like at 6:30 at night. It's going to close at 7. Everybody is anxious. Let's go up there and vote. I want to vote. And you just bond with everybody in the line. And I've looked at all these long lines, and they wait for like 2.5, 3 hours. Wow, that's amazing. And if you have the stamina to do that, you really want to vote for that person, that is great. Because you are a patriot. You're going to exercise the most honored gift that America has given its citizens, is to go vote freely and nobody hassle you. They better not. And if they do, you report it. So I think it's exciting. It's an exciting day. And boy, it's so funny to watch all the news shows. They have been repeating the same stuff over and over and over again. And everybody's, like, we've had it. We want to get this over with. I understand that totally. But I have myself enjoyed every single nanominute of it because I'm a news junkie. I like listening and watching all the pundits, everybody trying to say what's going to happen, what this person needs to do and what this person needs to do. And at different times, this election has swung from one end of the Republican Party to the other end of the Democrat Party. It is all over the place. And so right now, it's close enough to get the ratings up. That's all CNN and Fox, everybody was waiting for, was to get the ratings up. And they were hoping it wasn't all done before they came on the air because they wanted it to look and feel as close as it is. It seems to really is. So if anybody's sitting back and knows what's going to happen, really knows what's going to happen, that's not going to be fun at all tonight. In fact, I'd like to stay away from the TV until 7 o'clock when the polls close. And then I love to watch Wolf Blitzer try his very hardest, his very best to call it. It cracks me up how fast they want to call it. But now they have been given like a rule, and I don't know if it's FCC rule, whoever told them they need to wait. They have to wait till the polls close. And now that's like all over the place because depending on the time zone, I don't know how they're going to be able to do that. But it's not fair to have people standing in line. They've got 2 more hours to stand in line. And they start, looking at everybody's going to have their phone open and looking and seeing where the polling's going and what's going to happen. If they've already called it, man, why would you stand in line, continue to stand in line? You just leave. So it disenfranchises those voters, and they can't get up there and make their voice vote heard. That's terrible. So I think that's why early voting is getting more and more and more to be the thing to do, because then you feel like you really had a voice in there because of that. So I said on my Facebook page, I said, I want you to go vote. And, it's almost over. And no, don't write me in, but just vote. And because you want to be able to say you had a dog in the fight. And I had to put quotations because I'm typing it out. because you want a dog in the fight because that makes it more interesting. Just like if, it's your brother or your cousin that's the quarterback of this whatever team, you'll go watch it because you have a dog in the fight. That's how we say it. And so, anyway, this is why it's so important that you do vote if you can. If you can get out there, that'll be great. The weather today is so, wow, it's just dank. It's dank. It's so, there's misting, and it's got that, a lot of moisture in the air. But it's not like raining hard or it's not snow. So we're lucky. And a lot of places, I was looking at the map, the voting map for weather, and it looked great. It looked like everybody has an even playing field to be able to get out and vote and not have anything happen that you could say it was because of the weather. I wasn't able to get out. Man, I had to cough, and I didn't use the cough button, Richard. I'm so sorry. We got these new boxes, and you could actually not have to hear me go. So anyway, I'll try to remember that next time. Okay, so it's down the line. It's hours away, and you're not going to have to listen. This is so funny when people say it's going to be over, and I'm not going to have to listen to all the news stations go on and on and on about this. But why in the world would you say that? You know what happens tomorrow. Then it's all the analyzing. I mean, if it's Trump or if it's Clinton, at this point, somebody else said that. It doesn't matter because it's one of the two. Okay. And now, but we have to analyze everything that was done now. Now it's going to be because Michigan did this, and I know why, Hawaii did this. It's just going to be one of those kind of days. Now, tomorrow, I could turn the TV off, totally turn the TV off, and not listen to another news station. So the Cindy Cochran Show will be all about what's happening in the community and entertainment and how to grow a victory garden or something like that. But there's so many things to talk about. And whoever gets to be president, there's going to be a lot to talk about. Now, I would think that a lot of the newscasters were hoping it would be Trump because he probably is going to have so much more fodder for them to go through and go over and you just don't know what's going to happen next. So to keep it real interesting. So you think they'd be really rooting for him, but if you listen to all the news stations, except probably for Fox, you feel like you know who they're wanting to win. But I don't care either way. We'll still have fun on this station, either documenting what they've done and what they've done right that we feel like is right, or what they feel like, why are you doing that? And we can complain because we voted, so we can complain. So anyway, it's very important to just keep remembering through the whole show that we're going to talk about you getting out to vote, not guilting you into it necessarily, but it's just that it's such an honor. It's such an honor. And I was asked to do a commercial one time for a group. It was a political group, and they wanted to get out the vote kind of thing. And I said, great. So they came to me, and I went, okay, I'll come back with a concept. So I came back with a concept that as the person comes in and they write, you can tell that they're voting, and they walk over to a ballot box, that they are surrounded by the military. They're surrounded, but it's a ghost like these are all the people in different, it could be in Civil War or whatever, but it just depends on how many people they can surround themselves with that have died fighting and dying for our right to vote and our right to freedom, and that this person is surrounded by that kind of imagery as they vote. I was so excited about it. I couldn't wait to do it. Had all the effects and talked to the people, went through all this stuff. And then I came back to the client and said, here's what I want to do. And they went, oh my word, you can do that all for $300? And I went, say what? And they went, I can't believe it. We can get all these special effects and all this for $300. And I went, okay. You know what? We're going to have to probably go to stills and just show stills of people putting the ballot into the box. I think that's all we've got money to do. They had no idea. When they came in, we assumed they had money or assumed that they had an idea of what production cost. So that's not as bad, though, as one day I went going to do production for a company. It was kind of like a little startup company. It was in a little strip center. We went in, and we're sitting there talking to the guy, and I'm looking around. It doesn't, I mean, they don't look prosperous at all, but we're looking around, and he says, okay, so what can you do for me? What kind of ad can you put on TV for me? And I'm with the ad salesman, and he just, sells the time. And I'm the one that has to come up with the idea and come up with a creative source and what we're going to do to help promote this. So we're sitting there, and I've learned my lesson. Now, what kind of budget are we looking at, sir? And he said, well, here's what I'm thinking is, you see that Coke machine over there? I'm going to empty that probably, like a week before you need me to pay you. And then whatever I've gotten there. So it's not going to be very much, but I could not believe it. The salesman said, and how much were you planning to buy? How much buy time were you going to buy? And he said, well, how much does one spot cost? And he said, so you were only expected to buy one ad? And he said, sir, I think you need to go ahead and put something in the paper and do it that way. Because, and it's not at that time. This was cable just starting out. I was with Time Warner, and it was just starting out. And so it was a new entity for people, but they thought they could get on TV and that it would be very cheap. And it was like a spot on MTV in the, and where you'd be shown would be all of Houston, the surrounding counties, whatever the cable system could go out to. But it was $8 a spot. So buying ad time during that time was cheap. And I'm telling you, whenever the candidates started coming up and it was time to run their ads, and they started running on cable, and to see how many times they could be on cable for how much money because of what they'd been spending on the commercial, Channel 2, Channel 13, and all that, they were just shocked at what they could buy. It was amazing. So it brought in a whole new, avenue for the candidates to come on. And now I have not seen. I mean, I've seen a lot of Trump and Clinton spots, but and then Og and Devin, the two people that are fighting it out in Houston, those people. But I haven't seen a whole lot that just bother me. Like if I hear one more, political ad, but it's all over, guys. It's all over. It's almost, this is going to be, are you going to miss it? Are you going to miss all the time that you spent worrying about the candidates, worrying about what's going to happen? I don't think so. I think everybody's going to be like so happy to get their life back. And then, if you're a junkie like I am now, I've got to figure out, I've got to go outside once in a while and breathe fresh air and know that not everybody lies. Not everybody lies. And that's one thing that I have just been astounded at is what we have learned to accept and not be like, I can't believe they said that. That was just a pure lie. Well, and they go, well, they're a politician. If they open their mouth, they're lying. But we eventually believe something because we vote for them. So do you just look past all the lies and just say, well, it's the best we can do? But to hear the lesser of two evils, I'm voting for the lesser of two evils. That's hard to hear. That's hard to hear because, I know we're better than that. I know we can have better candidates. I don't know what happened this year. I mean, but Donald Trump had to slew 17 different ones to get to where he was, so he could be the nominee. And Hillary just had to deal with Bernie. And she had a time with him at a point, and to have his I don't know if you saw it or not, but one of his it was a student there at the college got up to introduce him, and when he did, he got up and he started slamming Hillary. And even how embarrassing that would be, like, okay, and the campaign people kind of ushered him off the stage, like, okay, that was real nice, thank you very much, Thomas Smith, yeah, it's here for Tommy. And then they have to go on with it. That was terrible because Bernie people are still feeling the burn from what all happened. And it'll be interesting to see if we can find out tonight, like where they went. Did they shift over to Hillary? Did they shift to Donald Trump? Or did they vote for Gary Johnson? Okay, the very first state to cast their votes, and that's, happens at midnight, and in New Hampshire. And they cast their votes. They have 8 votes in this town, 8 votes. So they cast their 8 votes, and they've already, told everybody what they were. And they don't know if this is going to be an indicator of who's going to win. Hillary got 4. Donald Trump got 2. And then Gary Johnson got 2. And so there they are. There they are, 8 votes. And Gary Johnson took 2 away from Trump, or they'd been tied, probably. So anyway, it's going to be interesting to see where we go with it. And it's going to be more interesting when we come back. Don't go away. I got some stories, some weird news that you won't believe. I mean, you can't even make this stuff up. We'll be right back on the Cindy Cochran Show, Real Reality Radio.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the first daily talk show serving Montgomery County.
Lone Star Boxer Rescue is a nonprofit organization serving Montgomery County and surrounding areas, dedicated to the health and well-being of the boxer breed. Lone Star Boxer Rescue is run and managed 100% by volunteers since 1999. Our main objective is to rescue, rehabilitate, and rehome boxers that come to us from many sources, including local animal shelters, owner surrenders, and strays. For more information about Lone Star Boxer Rescue, visit our website at lsbr.org.
Hi, this is BJ Orner from Montgomery County Performing Arts Society. I'm here to remind you to get your tickets now for all the upcoming events that McPass has to offer. All shows will be held at the beautiful Crichton Theater in downtown Conroe. Call 936-441-7469 for your tickets today, or go to our website, www.mcpass.org, for more information. Hope to see you at the show.
Heaven's Army of Resources and Recreation Center is a 501c3 nonprofit organization featuring a 10,000 square foot building located at 19325 FM 1485 West, New Caney, Texas. At Heaven's Army, we offer over 26 different services free for all ages, from karate, dance, drug and alcohol classes, anger management, parenting, food and clothing pantries, to just name a few. We are supported solely by volunteers and private donations. Our main mission is to glorify God in all that we do. At Heaven's Army, we strive to be a hand up, not a handout. Come check us out at 19325 FM 1485 West, New Caney, Texas, or call for more information at 281-689-5864. You may also learn more about Heaven's Army by visiting our website at heavensarmyofresources.com.
The Cindy Cochran Show. You ain't heard nothing yet.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. I'm Cindy Cochran. Yes, I am. And this is my show. Yes, it is. I'm so happy that you joined us. I have been doing television for a long time. That's my background. But I've always wanted to be on radio. I was just the opposite. A lot of people, that are in radio want to be on TV, but I loved radio. And so finally got the chance, to do this. I had to wait till the very end of my career. No, I had to wait till I was older and more mature so I could sit here for this long and talk. But I love radio. And what's exciting about this, we were just on, we were on the internet, irlonestar.com, and all of a sudden, they were picked up to do FM. And it is a community radio station, and all of Conroe and people around this area, the Montgomery County area, they now have a way, if there's emergency happens, they come to this radio station to find out what to do and what's going on. This will switch over automatically to the city, and they will be able to tell what's happening and what's, what they need to do. So that's exciting. That makes us a safer community. But we get to do the programming all until that happens. And we're so excited. 104.5 and 106.1, the two calls that you can get to. I mean, that's what you tune it to. But it's exciting that this has happened. I mean, it's been probably a year or maybe over a year in the making and happening. And is that correct? Has it been about a year? Yeah. And
slow process.
And this is Richard Schissler. If you haven't met him, a lot of the people that are on the internet that listen to our show know Richard. Richard is the owner, and he's also the engineer on many of the shows. But and he's worked diligently and with such perseverance to get this to happen. And it's finally here. It's here. We're on live on 104.5 and 106.1. We're on irlonestar.com, and that's globally. So that anybody that wants to pick up, they can certainly pick up and listen to the shows. And then we're podcast. If you miss one glorious word from one of these programs, you can go to the podcast on YouTube and SoundCloud. And that makes sense, soundcloud.com, because the cloud takes up all the sound and holds it there for whenever you want to listen to it. And then there also now we're going to go to Suddenlink. We're going to be on TV. I can't wear the stuff I usually wear or makeup or whatever. You got to kind of spiff up a little bit for radio. Except ours is real reality radio, so it can't be too spiffed up. I'm not going to be teasing my hair or anything like that, but I will try and wear better clothes since we're going to be on Suddenlink, Channel 12, here in this area. And one day, you never know where this will go and expand. As we grow our audience and grow our fan base, it'll be so fun. Listen, this radio show right now, from 10 to 11 every morning, we talk about everything and anything, well, mostly that we want to. But we have so much fun because it is all about, like what's going on today, what's happening today, what's interesting today. And it's usually what interests me. Hopefully it'll interest you as well. But there's a lot of different things that we can explore. And if you go to my Facebook page, the Cindy Cochran Show, the Cindy Cochran, Cochran show, you go to the Cindy Cochran Show and you can message me. Just click on message and message me and ask me anything you want to, anything about the show or about sponsoring the show. We're always looking for sponsors. Sponsors are great, and we love them, and we can certainly, make the community aware of whoever it is. We also, if there's charities and things like that, I like to help new businesses. I like to have new businesses come in and talk about what's going on because that's hard to get a business going. And a lot of times businesses will start their business and forget about the advertising budget. Because they feel like, if I open the door, they will come. That's not necessarily true. So it's good to have a partner that's on the radio, that's in the community you want to have a business in, and that's right in here in this area. So we welcome all that. And you can message me about that. But if you have a subject matter or you yourself, I want to come on Sunday and I want to talk to you about this because I think you're totally wrong and you're full of it. You have that opportunity if you want to. We will welcome you with open arms. But if you want to call, we can set up message me and we can set up a call time and we can talk to you. And it'll be fun. It's great. I love talking to anybody. And when we used to have, a long time ago, we used to have call-ins and Richard thought it was really fun not to vet them in any way, not ask me questions, just put them right on the air. And that could be like a train wreck. You never know what's going to happen. But we love that. But right now we have messaging. So you can go to my Facebook, message me, anything you want to talk about, any questions you have or comments that you have while the show's going on, I'll read those. So anyway, it'll be so fun. So speaking of talking about anything and everything, I gotta tell you about a story that's came from the Associated Press, and they're reporting that 2 stuntmen died of drowning while shooting a movie. 2 stuntmen who did not know how to swim. What in the world were they doing being a stuntman on a movie where they dropped them from a helicopter? Like they jumped out of the helicopter, they land in this lake, and then they drowned. And like, what? So you read onto the story, and the story is that they were told that it doesn't matter if doesn't matter, you can't swim, and you don't have to wear a life jacket or anything like that. You don't need to, because we've got a boat that's going to be waiting right outside the shot. They'll come in and pick you up. That would be great. Great idea. What planning, except the boat wouldn't start. They couldn't get to them. A fishing boat that was nearby saw what was happening and went over to him. There was one guy saved. There were 3 people that jumped. One knew how to swim, and he was saved. The other 2 disappeared under the water and died. I don't, that's just hard to fathom why you would do that. So anyway, the director and the producer are certainly being looked at. Yes, they are. They're being looked at, and they're having a talk with them. So we'll see if that movie, it's an Indian movie. They didn't give the name of the movie in the article. So anyway, but that just amazed me, the stupidity of that. But, oh well, that's what happens. Now, I don't mean to follow this because of what I just said, but Thursday, remember everybody, Thursday, who's going to be here? Bob Smiley, world-renowned, great. I mean, this is a Christian comedian that will make you laugh even if you aren't a Christian. He's great. He is absolutely wonderful. I've been to a lot of his concerts, and I've known Bob forever, but he's wonderful. And I'm so happy that he's in town just in time, so we could get him on the air with us. And he'll be here, and he'll have his own ideas and angles of how this election stuff went. But the funny side of it, the light side of it. So we'll be talking to Bob on Thursday. Don't forget that. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show, and you know that means real reality radio.
The Cindy Cochran Show, real reality radio.
Hello, Montgomery County. I'm Rachel Baldwin with Special Olympics Texas, Area 6. Are you a fan of courage? Are you a fan of determination? Are you a fan of acceptance, grace, and skill? Then you're already a fan of Special Olympics. Make it official. Volunteer, coach, and/or compete and be a fan of dignity and acceptance. The dedication of our Special Olympics Texas volunteers provides mainstreaming experiences for athletes with intellectual disabilities. You will touch the heart of another person, and it will move you in a meaningful way that lifts the spirit. Please visit the Heart of East Texas Area 6 webpage at www.sotx.org. Also, like us on Facebook to be a fan and be part of Special Olympics Texas.
Are you interested in learning more about preparing quick, healthy, and safe meals for your family? Would you like to spend time with others learning tips and tricks, along with practicing and tasting nutritious food? If so, the On the Road to Healthy Living Mobile Cooking School is for you. Call Amy Ressler at Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service at 936-539-7825 to find a class near you or volunteer to host a class.
You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's community radio station, to the Cindy Cochran Show. This is the bottom of the hour. It's 10:28. We're going to do a quick weather and traffic update in Montgomery County and then get back to the show. Traffic conditions on I-45 northbound and southbound look good to go. If you're heading into Houston, you're going to run into some trouble. There is an accident being reported right there on Beltway 8 southbound. But other than that, northbound, you're good to go all the way through the Spring, from the Woodlands through New Waverly. East to west, 105 is completely clear. 1488, same thing with 242 and 1097 in Willis. Weather conditions, 66 degrees outside, humidity's around 93%. We got 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 12 o'clock today. Cloudy with a high near 74 and low of 62. You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's community radio station. And just to remind you folks, the Cindy Cochran Show does have a Facebook, so message her during the show and she'll likely give you a shout out. We're going to get back to a quick PSA, then back to the Cindy Cochran Show.
An estimated 1 in 10 births will result in a neonatal intensive care stay, also known as the NICU. Overnight, a family can find themselves and their newborn baby in a critical situation. The Mila Foundation financially and spiritually assists families in need. If you would like to volunteer or become a monthly sponsor, please visit us at www.themilafoundation.org. Again, that's www.themilafoundation.org, because every life matters.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the first daily talk show serving Montgomery County.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. Thank you so much for listening. You know, I don't know if this has ever happened. I mean, you guys, like, I'm sure this has never happened to Richard. He's way too young, and it would never happen to him. But I don't know how many of you have gone to the store, you park your car, and you're probably on your cell phone and you're texting and going through, you know, like what you got to do and maybe what you're thinking about, what you're going to buy and should you buy that, or, you know, just a lot of different things go through your head. Mine. Anyway. And I get out of the car and walk into the store. And when I come out, I go, oh, snap. I did not look up and look where I was. And so I can walk straight back out there and not have to roam around the parking lot like I'm looking to break into somebody's car. I could not remember. I did not pay any attention when I got out. And I felt so stupid. But I know I had that look on my face because I will see women walking back and forth through the lanes. And I would say, have you lost your car? You can't find your car? And they go, how'd you know? And I said, it's the same look I get on my face, lady. I understand this. And I just want to tell you, I will, if you want to get in the car and let me drive you around. And, you know, people go like, what? But I don't know. Maybe they think I'm not going to do anything to them. So they get in the car and I'll drive them around. And they're just so thankful because they're perspiring from walking around. And it is like the biggest exciting discovery when they say, that's my car, there it is, because you start thinking, am I really that stupid? Has somebody stole my car? Or is this the beginning of Alzheimer's? Why can't I remember where I parked this car? But it's totally out of my brain. And then I have to go back and stand in front of the store like I'm waiting for somebody to pick me up, or get on my cell phone and talk like I'm talking to somebody and think, Cindy, when you got out of the car, which door did you go in? What did you see? And I have to bring myself back to the scene of the crime and then go through it again and finally figure it out. But that's so embarrassing. My mom had a big jack-in-the-box jack on the top of the antenna, and her antenna was really tall. And so hers was so easy to spot. And at night, it's okay because you can click your clicker and the lights will come on and go like, I'm right here. Come on. You're not far. Keep coming. Yeah, okay, there you are. Or make it start honking like somebody's trying to break into your car. But anyway, it's so embarrassing. And I'm just wondering if that's ever happened to you. You can message me and we can commiserate together. It will be fine. But anyway, if you do, it happens to a lot of people. And even young, I was so glad when I saw this one guy. He must have been like maybe 35, 40, something like that. And I said, are you looking for your car? And he goes, yeah, how did you know? And I said, it's just the look. It's just look. And he said, I'm so mad. I can't believe I know what your car is. I said, it's okay. It happens to the oldest of us. But it was just so good to see it happen to a younger person. So it wasn't just because you're old or something that it happened. It does happen to a lot of people who are not paying attention. When you get out of the car, just see where you are. You're in front of the Woodforest Bank sign or the front of and keep reminding myself. Now, my grandchildren, when they go with me, they know to look to see where we are. Automatically, they know that. And automatically, they know that, hey, Grandma, have you got your purse? Have you got your credit card? Have you got, I said, yes. So we do a checklist. And it's great. I love having them with me. And it gives them a sense of empowerment as well. But listen, I've got to tell you, okay, I've got one more story, and maybe I can get this in quickly. This is so funny. I can't even believe that actually it really did happen. But there was a Texas A&M student. This is from the Huffington Post. A Texas A&M college student. She crashed her car, and here's the reason why. And here's what's bad. She crashed the car into a trooper who was dealing with someone to give him a ticket, but he wasn't in the car at the time, so she crashed into this car. And I can imagine the look on her face when she looked up and saw that who she had hit was a trooper. That wasn't good. But the worst thing is when the officer comes over to say, "Ma'am, can I see your license? And could you put your shirt and bra back on?" And she said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened." And he said, "Well, why did you have your shirt and your bra off?" And she said, "Well, because I was taking a picture of my, up here, and I was trying to send it to my boyfriend, and I didn't mean to run into you." And he goes, "Well, why were you trying to send this picture to your boyfriend? And you shouldn't even be texting, much less taking pictures of you topless." "Well, because we just left the party, and I just wanted to make sure he remembered me. I want to send this picture to him. I'm so sorry I crashed into you." And he says, "Well, I'm sorry about that too, but you're going to have to get dressed now, and because there'll be other people coming to find out what you were doing, and it's going to probably make the news, and it's probably going to be all over the place. So just get ready. And now, do you have a copy of that picture, or can you send me so that we could?" No, I guess probably that's not. No, he didn't say that. I'm kidding. He did not say that. But I can just imagine how embarrassing that is. They got the mugshot of her face. Okay, it's just her face, and she did have a shirt on. But wow, that's got to be pretty embarrassing. But she wasn't texting. She wasn't doing that. Also, listen, guys. Coming up November the 11th is what day is that? Everybody know? You should be saying it all together. It's Veterans Day. And so November 11th is that day, and the Courier, our paper here. So I'll let you know, everyone that gets the Courier, that they're looking for photos of veterans for its annual Salute to the Veterans page. It's so cool. It's so cool page with all the, everybody's own family pictures of their family members in their uniforms and all. It's so great. Great way to honor the vets. And if you would like your photo of your loved one in that display, then you go to the Courier features at hcnonline.com, hcnonline.com. And or mail, you can drop off your photos. We're like a small town here. You can go by the Courier and drop off those photos, and then include the veteran's name and hometown and branch of the service. That's so awesome. And also make sure it's a copy and not the only one you had up on the mantle for the last 20 years. Don't do that. Take a picture of it, or be able to send them a copy of it. That's very cool. I got to do that from my dad, because my granddaughter, they did a special thing for all the veterinarians. I was getting ready to tell the story that when we did this, and we kept saying vets, and the whole time everybody said vets. So my grandson says, "I don't understand why they're making such a big deal over veterinarians. I don't understand it." And you need to explain that to kids instead of saying vets. You need to probably say that, the whole word, that it's veterans. And so it was, I just can't imagine the whole time he's hearing everybody talking about this and how honored the vets are, and that we honor them. We put them on a pedestal, and they have statues of them and all that. And they're hearing the vets, but they're thinking veterinarian the whole time. That must be a weird picture in your brain. But anyway, I think it's great that they're doing that, and I wanted to make sure that you knew about that. I wonder if I said Oliver Platt, would you know who I was talking about? Do you know?
The actor?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lake Placid, man.
Okay, well, I didn't know what movie people would say, "Oh, yeah," because he was also in Dr. Doolittle.
Yeah.
He was in that with.
I'm still trying to figure out why he's famous. I mean, he's a good actor, but
What?
I mean, like, people consider him like a Shakespearean
Right.
kind of actor.
But he had to eat, so he took these movies.
That's true. Well, no, I'm not dissing. I'm talking about the way people regard him as like kind of like a Daniel Day-Lewis kind of thing, where they think he's like an outstanding actor. I'm like, well, he's in good movies, but I mean, he's not like Oscar worthy. But unless he is,
I think he is.
See,
I think he is.
I love Blake Placid.
Well, and he played a strange character in that. You know, he'll take anything, I think, and I'll make something of it. He's in that Steven Seagal movie, Executive Action, or it was. He played. They're in the belly of the ship, and the ship has been taken over.
Yeah,
by
you don't know that movie?
Well, what's the name of it? No,
Under Siege.
Under Siege. Well, I watched that movie so many times. I love the movie. I love Seagal, except the Seagal is thrown out of the plane. You know, and you think it's going to be a Seagal movie.
That's not the same movie.
They're in the belly of the plane.
You're talking about a ship, and he was a cook. That's Under Siege.
Okay, then that's not the right title. It's when.
I think it's Executive Decision.
Yes, I think isn't that what I said? That's what I said at first. With Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell is the main character, but Kurt Russell and Steven Seagal come together, and they, start this. They're going to go on the plane, and they're going to take the plane back. You know, they're going to be able to get them into the plane. Was it some way they're going to take the plane and come under there, get the guys that are going to come in and take over the plane from the kidnappers. And anyway, and then the point is Oliver Platt's in that movie, and he's great in that movie. He's so good in that. But if you've never seen him, this story won't make any difference to you anyway. But I was in Washington, and I went to this drugstore because I have walking pneumonia, and the doctor says go to this nearest drugstore and get this prescription filled. So I go in there, and I'm walking down the line trying to find this medicine, and the sneezing and this horrible sound is coming from this guy. I turn around, and it's Oliver Platt, and we sound the same. And so we kind of like cross each other once, and then we come back and cross each other again. And he says, it sounds like we should have the same medicine. And I said, I think so. I'm so sorry you're sick, and I hope you get better. And he said, you too. And that was it. But I was so thrilled to get to run into him at a drugstore while he was sick. It's so weird how you do about celebrities that you really like. And never in a million years would I ever thought I would see this guy, because he's not in that many movies, but when he's in one, he's in one. And he's in the one that's coming out, Shut In. I think it starts Friday. Yeah, Friday. Shut In. And it seemed so scary, but I didn't know he was in it. He does play a psychologist in it, and I think this is going to be good just because he's in there. So I'm going to go see that. I did see Troll, and I got to tell you, you're probably going, this is so much fun, Cindy, because we thought you were just going to talk about the election the whole time. And I didn't, did I? I'm so proud of myself. But I'll tell you about the movie Troll. Now, you're thinking, I wouldn't go see that movie. That looks like the dumbest movie. And who cares about the Troll? It's not that big a deal. But Justin Timberlake is the music producer. He's the executive music producer for the movie. And he's got like #1 song out right now that's in the movie. But there were so many kids there, and they were so excited. And I was with my 40-year-old daughter who loves Justin Timberlake. She went to go see it with her niece and nephew so she could come in and not look silly. But it's a good movie. It really came out. They did a good job. And the music is amazing. And the girl that plays the female troll, I can't remember her name, but the female troll is the one that was in Pitch Perfect, the star in Pitch Perfect. And so her and Justin Timberlake are singing. But here's the problem, is that they've pitched their voice up to make them look like they fit the troll, so that the troll isn't going, well, I'd literally like to do this, and this is what I like, so they have to pitch the voice up. And so she sounds like, well, I think it's wonderful that you're doing this, and I think it's going to be a great movie and a great, and that's not how the girl sounds, but it's her doing it. And then when she sings the songs, they bring her voice back down to the right pitch and do it. So it's pretty funny, because if you run a person's voice through and you speed it up, it gets higher. So when you slow it down, you can make them sound like Freddy Krueger. It's so much fun. If you've never played with audio, I mean, Richard is like expert at this, but I am hearing a ringing in my ear, Richard. And I have to let him know that. And it may be my tendonitis, I don't know, but no, it's something. There's something ringing, and probably because I'm playing with this cord on the. Okay, I'm gonna stop doing that. Anyway, listen, guys. Remember Thursday, Bob Smiley. I don't want you to forget that. I want it to be a big boom for him because he's so sweet to do this. And he was supposed to be with us last week, and he got sick. And so I have played the guilt card heavily on him, and he will be here Thursday. He will be here. So, because I had a lot of people go, when I posted that, went to it to look at it, and I just feel so bad that he wasn't there. And he felt bad too. He felt like I was going to hate him. No, I'm going to use this so that you have to be on here 2 or 3 more times. But he will be here Thursday, so don't forget Thursday. And that tomorrow, of course, will be, we're just going to try and get over. We'll find out who's the president. We'll talk about that and how we're going to handle this. Okay? All right? All right. We're going to be right back. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. Don't go away.
The Cindy Cochran Show. You ain't heard nothing yet.
Hello, Montgomery County. I'm Rachel Baldwin with Special Olympics Texas, Area 6. Are you a fan of courage? Are you a fan of determination? Are you a fan of acceptance, grace, and skill? Then you're already a fan of Special Olympics. Make it official. Volunteer, coach, and or compete and be a fan of dignity and acceptance. The dedication of our Special Olympics Texas volunteers provides mainstreaming experiences for athletes with intellectual disabilities. You will touch the heart of another person, and it will move you in a meaningful way that lifts the spirit. Please visit the Heart of East Texas Area 6 webpage at www.sotx.org. Also, like us on Facebook to be a fan and be part of Special Olympics Texas.
Doing business since 1985, Assistance League of Montgomery County is a nonprofit, all-volunteer organization where all proceeds stay in Montgomery County. Through our Operation School Bell program, we have provided new clothes to over 50,000 students in our county. Visit our thrift shop at 126 North San Jacinto Street in downtown Conroe or call us at 936-760-1151. Don't forget to like us on Facebook.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the most opinionated talk show on radio.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. Oh, yeah, it is the most opinionated. It's my opinion, my perception, my reality. Doesn't mean you have to agree with it. And if you don't agree with it, that's fine with me. I love that if you don't agree with me. Because you can just message me and we'll talk about it. If everybody agreed with me, how boring would that be? That would be so boring. And my husband can certainly tell you about that. We don't agree on. There's a lot of things we don't agree on. We do agree on politics. He thinks I'm absolutely wrong. Who I think is going to win, but we can't agree on, the principles of politics. We can do that. And there's sports. I don't care anything about hunting, and he loves hunting. He's just looking forward to going hunting. And this is the season. Bow season started this weekend, but now now you can shoot the deer with a gun instead of the bow, an arrow. And I'm sure the deer are happy about that. But we have a deer stand in the back of our property, and we have about 5 deer that come out every night. Now, how do you shoot the deer that you see every night and they're on your property? How could you possibly go out and shoot them, skin them, and eat them? How could you do that? I don't get it. And when I met him, he said, I could never shoot Bambi. Like his friends would go hunting all the time, and he goes, I don't get that. I can't believe they can go out there and shoot Bambi. That's horrible. Well, his friends said, please just come on out. Just come out, and it's just fun to get away, and it's fun to watch the deer. You can take pictures of them if you want to, but you don't have to shoot them and do that. He came back with first blood. That means, like he made a kill. And once he did that, he was gone. Every weekend, it lasted about 6 weeks or something, but every weekend he'd be gone, and they'd go hunt Bambi. I told him, I said, surely are you shooting the mother or the? He says, no, it's older. I don't shoot Bambi. I don't shoot little fawn. I don't do that. I shoot the mother. And I said, but then she has no mother. The little fawn has no mother. How can you do that? But he said, I just don't understand. I don't understand what that means to a man to go out and hunt, because that's what they instinctively want to do. So, I don't know, it sounds kind of like I just want to get out, and they sit around at a campfire, they drink, and they say bad words and that kind of thing. So I don't know really what he goes now. He still goes every year. He goes, and his son, who is certainly, grown, he's almost 40, and his son and him have bonded. And my son always said, man, when Dad is hunting, he's so happy, and he's real nice, and he wants to talk about a lot of things. It's so great to be with him. That's what he started saying, I think, when he was about 12. I think he first went when he was 4, and he continued to hunt with him. But then we got to be at 12, 13. He said, I like Dad when he's out hunting, because he is just this and that. So I thought, if I could just learn to like that. I just can't like it. I can't. I'm not going to shoot anything. But if I go up in a stand and you have to be quiet for like how many ever hours they're out there, and it's dark, and then it finally starts getting light, and that is so boring. I'm sorry, it's boring. I just don't get it. But he likes it, and that's fun. He gets away, and I can do things, like go shop and go to the movies that he doesn't like to see and all that. So I've learned to find the good in it. And I know there are a lot of suffering deer hunting wives out there, but it's okay. It's okay. You can do it. I know you can do it. Also, listen, guys, here's the thing. I had wanted to talk about this for a long time, since the election, all that stuff started, was how do we get back? Do you ever get back? There's my cough button. Get back the being able to believe people. How do you believe people after they've lied and lied to you?
I don't know why you're looking at me. You got to turn your mic back on. Okay. Other button. The on button. Oh. There you go.
Okay. That's why I didn't use it. That's why I didn't use it.
You hold the button, the cough. If you want to turn your mic off, you hit the off button.
Okay, and then it stays off until I hit it again, right? Okay. All right. Boy, you know what you shouldn't eat while you're on the radio? Cashew nuts. Okay? All right. Note to self. I won't do that anymore. Listen, guys, thank you so much for listening. And tomorrow we'll have a new president. Man, go vote, go vote, go vote, so you won't be surprised. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show, Real Reality Radio.